wham, they fire their 45s at something, and I thought, oh, the Japs are here.
Suddenly, the enemy reveals itself.
These huge, giant land crabs were coming across the road, migrating, and the Marines were objecting, knocking them off left and right.
All too soon, R&R Despiritu is over. The Big E gets her orders to move out. The extensive battle damage from 1942 call for major repairs. She will make her way to headquarters at Pearl Harbor. Then the Big E will steam for the States, where she's scheduled to undergo a massive overhaul. In May, Enterprise arrives at Pearl for the first time in more than 6 months, and she receives a very important visitor. Admiral Chester Nimitz steps aboard Enterprise. He stands on hollowed ground, a ship that has come to represent the war itself. A floating battlefield. The wooden deck has been the scene of countless acts of heroism and horror. Nimitz is met by nearly 2,000 sailors, airmen, and Marines who stand at rigid attention. As the crew looks on, he presents Captain Samuel Ginder with the Presidential Unit Citation.
The highest honor.
Now let's see if we can find all these parts.
Ship in the American Navy is the Presidential Unit Citation.
Enterprise is the first American ship ever to receive this award. Not even famous 19th century sailing frigate USS Constitution can claim such an honor.
It's such a big deal because, of course, it is something that is proposed and sponsored by the President of the United States. When the President himself determines that a particular unit or a particular ship is worthy of commendation for a particular action, it is the head man taking time to acknowledge the good work of a particular group of men. It is probably the greatest morale-building moment that the men on the ship see in the early part of the war.
When we were awarded the Presidential Unit Citation, Admiral Bull Halsey sent a message to the Enterprise there, something to the effect, "My heart is always with you."
Hey Nuffles, you want to hear something
I think that
intriguingly funny?
for us as the award of that citation.
On a Sunday it shipped out?
We all thought so much of Bull Halsey.
On a Sunday that's a holiday doomer? I think that's just an automated message. I don't honestly think it's shipped out today.
For the good old USA. Bremerton, Washington, summer 1943. The Big E slips into Puget Sound. It's the first time the mighty carrier has been stateside in years. Now, the decorated ship is in for a massive overhaul to make her even tougher and more deadly.
In summer 1943, the Enterprise went through a repair overhaul. Now, she had been through significant combat.
Hey, it's suspension time.
We looked at this and drew lessons learned from it.
Hundreds of yard workers swarm in to trick out the mighty flat top and get her ripped and ready for more combat. Her additions: a protective torpedo blister, 4 guns, new radar, and a new...
Told you, Doomer. Sorry to burst your bubble there, buddy.
The Navy realizes that the greatest threat to carriers like Enterprise are enemy air attacks and Japanese torpedoes.
They proceed to install a torpedo blister along 3/4 of her length that will give her better protection against any torpedo hits that she suffers.
Japanese torpedoes killed her sisters Yorktown and Hornet. The Navy is bound to ensure that Enterprise does not suffer the same fate. The torpedo blister is a steel belt that wraps around the outer edge of the Big E's hull. Between the huge bulge and the ship itself is a part flooded, part air-filled compartment that will absorb the shock of explosion and the sharp fragments of a Japanese warhead. 18 more feet of solid steel and timber are added to her overall length, and her damage control equipment and radar is replaced. But the most important improvement: new 5-inch guns and 36 additional 40mm and 20mm anti-aircraft guns.
The guns are the main thing. We had more quad 40s, and I can't remember now how many there were. Those are big cannons, and they were, when they go off, they make a lot of racket. We had better armament.
Brand new fire control systems link her 5-inch
time to start streaming.
Defending the carrier isn't easy. Enterprise's firepower must pepper the skies with a barrage of flak to hit Imperial planes. But in order to kill the enemy, accurate shooting is a must. Radar-controlled directors can pinpoint the distance and elevation of incoming aircraft and help ensure kill.
On the way with it.
37 and Mark 51 gun directors
Took way longer than I wanted it to get to this point,
These
but
systems will provide useful target data and will
oh
guide
well, right?
Enterprise's
Took
heavy.
way longer than I wanted it to get to this.
The directors calculate firing orders for the gunner's mates, giving the crews the accurate elevation, range, and velocity of an enemy target. And the radar can detect incoming Japanese aircraft at 45,000 yards and enemy vessels at 40,000 yards. The Big E will now be able to shred any incoming enemy planes that invade her airspace, day or night.
Y'all are quiet out there today. What the hell?
Nothing in the Japanese anti-aircraft arsenal can compare to the firepower of the radar-guided 40mm guns and 5-inch rifles.
By the end of World War II, no one else's anti-aircraft defense has come anywhere close to the Americans. American warships are incredibly dangerous to approach by the end of 1943, and that situation only gets grimmer for any Japanese attacker as 1944 and 45 goes on.
Found and bought this for the F-18E.
While the Big
What,
E
decal set?
the U.S. fleet is rebuilding its forces.
You realize that's 48 scale, right?
But while Enterprise has been out of the action, American forces are
You
still
realize that, right?
on the ground.
Not 72nd.
Across the Pacific and the world, the Allies are closing in on the enemy. But even as the industrial might of America catches up, the Axis shows no signs of surrender. And for Enterprise, the war is anything but over. As the ship readies for combat, many of the Big E's veteran pilots and gunners won't be making the trip back to the war zone.
I mean, otherwise the decals will be useless, right?
These veteran sailors get a new opportunity to earn their stripes and fight in the skies. Serving alongside his shipmates since the dark days after Pearl Harbor, Alvin Kernan of Wyoming has finally achieved his dream of flying from the deck of Enterprise.
It's what I always had wanted to do. Besides, there was something known as flight skins or flight pay, which was 50% of your regular pay added on to your regular pay. But it was the status that went.
They're not radio antennas. They're radar antennas for like
Ready to take
for
the
their
war to Imperial
for a rate. That's what early radar antennas look like. You know, for like night fighting and stuff.
Captain Matthias Gardner.
Yeah. Those are radar antennas, not radio antennas.
In the words of one sailor, tough as nails. And he's hell-bent on unleashing the fury of the Big E on the islands of the Pacific.
When we got a new skipper, he said, I have no medals and I have no rivets, but I'm taking you out there to get him. And so he felt it was in good condition to go fight again.
Enterprise has her orders.
Thought it was for them to listen to what?
Fighting
I have no idea what that is, Doomer.
into the seas to haunt her old
Hasegawa.
the Japanese Empire. When Enterprise steams into Pearl Harbor, the sight of the Big E is an inspiration to every man in port.
Hasegawa 1's your best bet.
She joins one of the largest naval fleets ever assembled in history.
In the fall of 1943, the U.S. Navy is now in a position to begin initiating this long-anticipated drive through the Central Pacific that everyone has known is coming.
Only a year before, Enterprise was the only carrier left to fight in the Pacific. Now, she's teamed with an armada. The flagship of her task group, Enterprise sails with light carriers Monterey and U.S.
I like the plastic. I have to say, I like the plastic that Mini Art uses. Especially compared to that monogram black crap from the P-61. This plastic is so nice to use.
Veteran of the Eastern Solomons. Together, this force force can deliver the fury of thousands of explosive shells and a venomous...
Or the kinetic, if you can find the kinetic one.
We had a lot of
Viry.
use it.
Enterprise and the Pacific Fleet is about to set off on one of the longest naval campaigns in world history. It will mark the start of 560 days of war before she can go home. 560 days of pure hell. The Japanese Navy is not prepared for the return of the Grey Ghost. Their fleet is still licking its wounds, attempting to rebuild. Compared to the U.S. Navy's arsenal of new ships, the Imperial fleet is now down to 12 carriers, 9 battleships, and a mere handful of light and heavy cruisers and destroyers.
I'll be back in a minute, guys. I'm gonna go get a refill and use the litter box. I'll be right back, and we're gonna put some more suspension on it.
With Enterprise bombs and American infantry. Target, the Gilbert Islands. Objective, seize Macon Atoll, the first of a series of enemy strongholds that must be annihilated. Strategy, bombard the island from the sea and air, then invade it with U.S. Army soldiers.
The Gilbert Islands become important. They're an important stepping stone in the Central Pacific Campaign, Chester Nimitz's campaign, which would ultimately end up with real estate in the Marianas. But to get to the Marianas, you had to step over 3 main island groups. First the Gilberts, then the Marshalls, then the Carolines, before you could get to Guam, Saipan, Tinian, and Rota.
November 19th, 1943. Enterprise and her task group are within striking distance of her main target in the Gilberts, Macon Atoll. The invasion will be a two-pronged assault. While Marines make an amphibious landing at Tarawa, Enterprise will support the simultaneous invasion of Macon by soldiers from the Army's 27th Division. The two forces will attempt to capture both atolls at the same time. Macon Atoll's main island is Butari Tari, an important seaplane and airbase that is manned by nearly 800 Japanese sailors, Marines, and Korean laborers. Butari Tari's land defenses include 2 tank barriers, one on the east near a village, and one to the west near Onchong's wharf. Each barrier is made of logs, barbed wire, concrete pillboxes, and anti-tank guns connected by a series of rifle pits. To the south, along the ocean shore, are 3 80mm coastal guns, 10 machine gun nests, and 85 rifle pits. Along the lagoon to the north, Butari Tari is defended by 80mm coastal guns, flak guns, and machine guns.
Next.
For 6 solid days, American shell fire has hammered away at these defenses, softening them up for an invasion. But now, it's the Big E's turn to deliver a heavy dose of shock and awe. Dawn. Enterprise turns into the wind as the first strike groups prepare to launch. 33 bombers and fighters roll off Enterprise's deck, climb into the morning sky, and head for Macon. Their mission, destroy the enemy guns and pillboxes. 75 miles from Enterprise, the Japanese garrison at Macon is just beginning to stir. As the sun rises over the atoll, they have no idea of the new force that's about to hit them. As tired troops prepare for another day of bombardment.
Oh, I don't feel like... Somebody come clean these parts up for me. I do not feel like cleaning this mess up.
Hellcat fighter. Since Pearl Harbor, American pilots have struggled against the infamous speed.
Fire's fault.
The enemy fighter plane has ruled the skies of the Pacific for nearly 2 years, outrunning and outgunning the Wildcat. Not anymore. Now, the U.S. introduces a weapon that will change the face of warfare for the entire fleet.
Maybe we'll make it Hayes' fault.
The F-6F Hellcat
Yeah,
is
I think
real
this is
wonder.
Hayes' fault. I gotta clean all these up.
The American capabilities to both bring
Thinks he's Mr. Innocent around here. Nothing will ever get blamed on him. I think it's time to start blaming Hayes for stuff.
During the refit, Enterprise took on a squadron of the new fighter planes. 33 feet long, With a maximum speed of 376 miles per hour to the Wildcat's 300.
That I have to clean all of these suspension parts up. Why don't you build this for me?
She's also got more firepower. With a standard armament of 6 50 caliber machine guns, she can deliver 2,400 rounds of fearsome ordnance on the enemy and can launch bombs or unguided rockets.
Your fault I have to do all this.
U.S. Navy finally has a fighter plane that is more than a match for the legendary Zero.
No, that should be way finished by now.
Complement of 50 caliber machine guns on it. It's also rugged and reliable.
There is no excuse for that not being finished.
In command of the new squadron is Butch O'Hare, one of the best fighter jocks in the U.S. Navy. With 3 years of flying and a score of enemy planes under his belt, Missouri native Edward O'Hare has already earned a Medal of Honor by destroying 5 twin-engine bombers in a single day, becoming the first naval ace in World War II.
Everybody had just the deepest respect for Butch O'Hare because he was...
After you finish the M48, hi,
born leader.
So basically never.
He was a hero. There's no other way around it.
What happened? You were all excited about building that too.
These are about to meet Butch O'Hare,
And you just let it fizzle out.
fighters of the Big E. Enterprise Hellcats drop out of the sky, blasting the pillboxes and lagoons with lethal 50 caliber machine gun fire. Enemy troops are ripped into pieces, shredded by American firepower before they know what hits them. 9,000 feet above Butari Tari, the
Next thing you know, you're going to tell me you're switching to building cars.
and drop their payloads of 1,000-pound bombs. Explosions shake the island as fuel and ammo.
That's going to be next, right? Oh, Doug, guess what? I started building cars.
Down on the living and the dead. A single Dave float biplane takes off out of the lagoon, just as Enterprise torpedo planes arrive over Butari Tari.
Guess what, Doug?
By the fire of Enterprise's fighters. The Enterprise TBF Avengers begin dropping 2,000-pound bombs. The heavy
Yeah, end it or I'll end your life. That's your choice.
and tosses human bodies into the air.
You have a choice, sir. Either finish it or I'll finish you.
Bombs has reaped nightmarish results. Day 1 of the battle for Macon is a gruesome success. As one savage day of fighting ends, the U.S. fleet prepares for the next deadly phase of battle. November 20th, 1943. As assault troops from the 27th Division climb over the sides of transports into landing craft, Enterprise air groups storm off on another set of ferocious attacks.
Oh, so you're telling me you can be bought, huh? You're a sellout?
Strike group launches from the deck of Enterprise. 70 miles away, Japanese forces on Macon await the coming onslaught. Suddenly, the dark shapes of cruisers, destroyers, and transports appear through the morning haze. There are dozens.
Heard it here, Viri is a sellout.
Enterprise SBDs and torpedo planes begin their descent on the island, ready to parole the enemy defenders to hell. Enterprise warplanes unleash a ferocious series of attacks on the Japanese positions, while the cruisers and destroyers move in for the kill. Now, with more Enterprise bombers screaming through the skies and U.S. warships taking aim, the enemy garrison at Macon is about to get an even closer look at American firepower. November 20th, 1943. Macon Atoll in the Gilbert Islands. The atoll is the first step on Admiral Chester Nimitz's drive through the Central Pacific. Bombers, torpedo planes, and brand new Hellcat fighters roar from the deck of the Grey Ghost to wreak havoc on the enemy base.
All this parts cleanups. Bitch.
The long flight deck is a perfect runway, but Enterprise has another method for launching aircraft.
Just cleaning up
From the
parts.
port and starboard
Making some...
sides of the flight deck can launch aircraft in the event of an emergency. Once a plane is attached to the catapult,
Will
hydraulic
Doug
fluid
ever
released
get
into
this
a cylinder.
finished? No, probably
Causing a
not.
ram to blast through, activating pulleys that throw the warplane forward into the
Probably. The hell?
And at Macon, Enterprise is launching everything she has. 75 miles away, as Enterprise planes storm the skies, cruiser USS Baltimore and the American gunships take aim at Macon Atoll. Baltimore
You buy
and
one?
escorts open up and pepper the island with explosive naval gunfire. The enemy positions shake from the deadly impact.
That's kind of a broad question,
Baltimore
Doomer.
is the lead ship of her class. Born
Buy
in
one.
Stug
There you
III,
go.
Massachusetts in
That's how you get
1942.
started.
She's 673 feet of Yankee iron. She's armed with 9 8-inch guns, 5-inch 38s, and an arsenal of automatic weapons. Now, she's breaking them in at Macon Atoll. Baltimore's Mark 12 8-inch turrets.
How is this supposed to go in? Come on, what is this?
Bring the heavy ordnance from the
What?
magazine and handling rooms to the breech of the guns. The Mark 12 8-inch 55 caliber
You
gun
just
can launch a shell
start
more than
with
30
one
yards.
aspect of it. Just literally just start painting it. Figure out what style you want to paint in first.
She will fire more than 1,300
That's actually one of the important things. Figure out what style you want to paint in.
hitting the beaches as bombs and shells continue to nail the enemy bunkers and pillboxes further inland.
So you know what you're going to try to do.
A single TBF Avenger from Enterprise keeps a close watch on the unfolding action. The mission of the torpedo plane is to report the bombing activity back to Rear Admiral Kelly Turner, who is running the overall bombardment on board USS Pennsylvania. It's the eyes in the sky for the whole operation. Flying as the gunner in the TBF, Alvin Kernan can clearly see the American troops waiting ashore.
So we flew
Like, I'm
the
kind of saying that
troops over the-
sarcastically, but I mean it.
It was a
Because if you don't know what you want the end result to look like, you'll never be able to paint it, you know?
landing craft came in, and we thought there would be a big battle.
So yeah, you really have to figure out what or whose style or what style you want to paint them in.
Enterprise Hellcats and bombers sweep in and strafe Japanese machine gun nests with merciless firepower. As ground forces begin the savage process of clearing enemy positions with rifles, machine guns, and artillery on the beaches.
And we bombed it, and the fighter planes strafed it, and the battleships shot the hell out of it, and there were palm trees down all over the place.
For the next 4
Once you
days,
figure that out,
pilots, Army
we can
rifles,
take it further from there.
The Big E's air groups never let up, and each day brings another meal of blood and body parts. As the assault on the maze of pillboxes, bunkers continues. But the Enterprise airstrikes have done their job. The Japanese are unable to mount a strong defense.
For those Japanese soldiers be getting pummeled like they were getting pummeled on that day, I'm sure that they were thinking, you know what, we kind of messed up when we did this Pearl Harbor thing, you know, and I wish we could turn back the clock. I guarantee you that's what the hell they were thinking.
Success in the invasion of Macon is a certainty. For the crew aboard Enterprise, this battle seems easy compared to the horrors of Guadalcanal. But all of that is about to change. While
On
Enterprise
here,
steams
okay,
just
that goes-
off the war-ravaged beaches of Macon, hundreds of raw recruits are still getting used to life aboard the Big E. Until now, most of the crewmen aboard Enterprise have been volunteers from before the war. By 1943, a new wave of volunteers and draftees fill the ranks of the Navy. A new breed of citizen sailors and Marines.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You now have, in 1943, are a large number of citizen soldiers. Americans
Don't bend the
volunteer or were
freaking
drafted.
fender down, you retard. Come on.
They are the ones that are going to carry the fight to the Japanese in the Central Pacific campaign and then the final assault against the home islands.
That summer, as Enterprise prepared to re-enter the war zone, nearly 40% of her crew had been replaced by recruits straight out of sea school. One of them is Marine Jack Maroney of Dallas, Texas.
sure wanted to go on the Enterprise. It had a great aura about it, and of course it had an illustrious history. You want to be a part of it.
But not everyone is happy with their new assignments. Marine Lieutenant Richard Hart comes to Enterprise from rural West Virginia. His first impression of the Big E isn't a good one.
First time I saw the Enterprise, she was in dry dock in Bremerton in Puget Sound. And she was draped in every kind of a hose or pipe or conduit or line you've ever seen in your life. And there were welders all over her. And it didn't even look like a boat. It looked like some giant, crazy project that somebody started and never finished.
Like many Marines, Hart would prefer to be in the lead of riflemen rather than on the deck of an aircraft carrier.
I didn't go into the Marine Corps to be on a boat. I trained to have a rifle platoon in the Marine Corps, which is what I wanted.
A Marine would rather definitely be fighting with the infantry instead of being on ship, because when you're on ship, it's kind of like you're in prison.
Oh, we're getting there.
Hunt other
Boring to
humans.
watch,
You
aren't
really
I?
do what you're trained to do as far as
I always
being an
feel like all of my streams are boring to watch
With the
for some
ship at
reason.
sea and back in the war zone,
They are, Duck.
Lieutenant
That's
Hart
why.
has a new appreciation for the vessel that has become his home.
I didn't think anything could be so big. I didn't think anything could ever touch her. I just thought she must be absolutely invincible.
Now, in the Gilbert Islands, Richard Hart is about to find out that when the Japanese attack, there's no such thing as an invincible ship. November 25th, 1943, 7 p.m. It's Thanksgiving Day,
Seeing down there,
5
Cracker.
days after launching the assault on
Cracker's
Macon.
laying on in
But in the water,
Oliver's box
Macon
down there on the
Beach,
floor.
There's no time for prayer. Flares explode in the skies over USS Enterprise and her task group. Moments later, Japanese twin-engine bombers streak overhead, delivering a grim message with Imperial warheads. Battleship North Carolina and the destroyer escorts open fire and beat down the enemy. But Enterprise holds her fire. Nearly 2 years of combat in the Pacific War have taught the crew that tracers fired from her anti-aircraft guns only mark the ship as a target in the shadows of night. Instead, she leaves the job to the gunships around
Oh,
her.
Pang.
The air above the task force explodes with shells.
Oh, you
and
mean,
escorts.
yeah, you mean Oliver?
For Lieutenant Hart and his untested Marines,
I don't, honestly, he's sleeping probably on the bed right now.
man their battle stations and await the order to fire.
I'd never seen a war before, and I wanted to get a good look at it, so I climbed up on an ammunition box so I could see better. And there was a much wiser sergeant sitting beside me and standing beside me, and he said, "Lieutenant, I think you better get down. That's not a good place to stand." So fortunately, I jumped down, and I think the split second after my feet hit the deck, there was a whang.
Well, we'll never see that part again.
The size of Hart's hand slams into the splinter shield right where he'd been standing only seconds before. It could have cut the Marine in two.
So that taught me that there's no sense sticking my head up when I didn't have to.
Gunners aboard Enterprise hold their fire as the battle rages on. If they open up with their guns, they might suffer the same fate as USS Chicago.
We stood there by our guns, helpless and not doing anything, but we were well protected by battleships and cruisers, and of course the destroyers on the periphery of the task force. And then of course the Japs would have aerial flares that light up like your stadium in a football game.
The fire from 40 millimeter and 5-inch shells would make Enterprise a prime.
And when you've got many guns going, it is like a Christmas tree. Everything is lighted up, and it marks your position. If you don't have any lights showing, but a gun shoots for 20 seconds or something like that, an enemy, he'd have a position on you.
Battleship North Carolina hammers out a lethal explosion of lead and blasts a Betty out of the sky. Within minutes, the assault is over. The Japanese have failed to sink a single American ship. Enterprise is safe. She survives to see another sunset in the tropics. The next morning, American commanders decide that something must be done to protect Enterprise when darkness falls. For For years, the Japanese Navy and Army have utilized extensive night training and tactics, and they know that the U.S. fleet has not practiced this type of warfare. Almost 2 years into World War II, nightfall is still one of the greatest threats. If the U.S. Navy is going to save its carriers at night, it's going to have to
Well, we only have to do this 4 more times.
We had on board at the time.
Since I'm using straight MEK, not long at all. This is a Tamiya bottle, but I'm not using. This isn't Tamiya glue. This is straight. This is MEK. Not very long. It depends on the glue. Anywhere from a few minutes to an hour or two. It really depends on the glue itself. But yeah, what I'm using here is actually this. I'm not using like a commercial brand glue. In fact, I need to fill this. I need to put some more in here anyway. If I find my here, it's right in front of me. Yeah, sometimes you have to do that, Doomer.
Defend Enterprise and her task force from the fierce nighttime attacks that have claimed dozens of ships.
But yeah, it depends on the glue.
Hellcat fighters and one radar-guided Avenger torpedo plane will attempt to intercept any.
Yeah, some people actually have patience when they build Doomer.
And the Avenger will make the entire operation possible. It will literally be the eyes in the sky. Without it, O'Hare and his fellow fighter pilots would be flying blind. Designed by MIT engineers, the heavy radar set in the TBF will locate the enemy planes.
No, sometimes if you're waiting for a part to line up or something, you do kind of have to wait. It's not a skill anything.
To go up and between the radar on board the ship and the radar in the torpedo plane, we were supposed to find these.
Sometimes it is actually wise to let something sit for a minute before you go on. But, I mean, I said the word wise, so that's why you don't know what... That's why you don't know about it. You don't know anything about that.
And then when you got in the plane and pulled up the armor plate and locked yourself in, there wasn't any way of getting out. So the fear seemed to go away.
As the coming night approaches, the Enterprise airmen prepare for their mission impossible.
I watched Butch as he went to his plane that evening of the 26th, and he looked like he had the world on his shoulders.
At 6 p.m., the three planes take off in search of enemy aircraft. At 7 p.m., sure enough...
Like you would know what a skill thing is, Doomer.
Incoming twin-engine Bettys, headed for Enterprise and the American...
Alright, we gotta do this. We have to do this 3 more times.
Japanese bombers, flying in different formations, all of them headed for Enterprise and the task force. The TBF closes within 200 yards of a Betty and opens fire.
It wasn't until they started firing right back at me that I began to get a little frightened.
The two warplanes hammer away at each other. Hot lead from the...
Again, it depends on what you're trying to do.
3 miles away, O'Hare and his wingman can see the tracers of the Avenger and watch as the flaming enemy plane pitches towards
You also really haven't built but what? 20 kits maybe?
Just then,
So it's not like you have all-encompassing experience. You've been building for what? A year? Year and a half, right?
and above O'Hare's fighter plane. The enemy plane tears into O'Hare's Hellcat with 7.7mm bullets. The famous aviator is caught in a deadly stream of lead.
Something like that.
O'Hare's plane rolls away and disappears into the darkness.
So it's not like you have hundreds of models of experience to encounter things.
Attack is halted, but the loss of O'Hare devastates the crew of Enterprise. One of Enterprise's...
Yeah, so again, it's not like you really don't have much experience when it comes to
It really hurt us.
things that can pop up on you.
It was the sadness was felt throughout the whole ship that we really lost a hero when Butch was lost.
America's first night combat mission has cost one of its top aces. And the future of this new strategy is uncertain. But despite the tragic fate of Butch O'Hare, Enterprise has successfully launched the first night air interception. Once again, the Big E has just made history. Guided onto the Big E's flight deck, the surviving Black Panthers amazingly make it aboard at 9 p.m.
It's a big
But like
deal
here,
because
in
previously,
essence, there's more parts.
flying combat air patrol
There's more parts that have to go on here for the wheel, for the suspension mounts. But I'm not going to put those parts on until what's here is already dry so it doesn't move around and go out of alignment. So, yeah, even in something like this, yeah, I have to wait. I kind of have to wait for some parts to dry to wait for alignment.
What begins at Macon and Tarawa will continue until the enemy is...
Well, I can guarantee you didn't, that your chassis is not 100% square, Doomer. I will bet you almost anything that if I was to measure that chassis out, you would not have a square chassis.
A new and improved USS Enterprise stormed the Gilbert Islands.
I'll bet you almost anything.
The Japanese. Now, she's poised to deliver the same brand of punishment to Truk Atoll, one of Japan's largest and most important ports in the Pacific. USS Enterprise, a fighting city of steel. She is the most revered and decorated ship of World War II.
Take a micrometer, measure it corner to corner. I guarantee you it's not square.
Where threats loom on the seas, in the skies, and in the ocean depths. The Enterprise's enemies could be anywhere and everywhere.
I mean, you don't really need a giant, elaborate jig, but...
War is all around you. Battle 360, USS Enterprise, Hammer of Hell.
And you also build pretty much mostly good kits. Start building vacuum forms or some really old kits or something. And yeah, you're going to have to wait for one or other parts to dry before you can move on. To keep in alignment and stuff like that.
Not alone. On either side of her, stretching nearly as far
You also build mostly easy
are
kits.
8 other aircraft carriers, 6 battleships, 10 cruisers, and dozens of destroyers. America's
Again, that's not a knock, it's just the truth.
and reinforced the Pacific Fleet with adequate...
I'm not saying that as an insult, it's literally that's the truth.
Gone are the days of Enterprise venturing out alone as the only operational U.S. carrier. But while the force she accompanies today is large, it's a force that's facing a potentially cataclysmic battle. Miles ahead of these ships, at the heart of the Caroline Islands Group, is Truk Atoll, one of the largest atolls in the Central Pacific. An atoll is an island formation in which a coral reef encircles a lagoon. The reef that rings Truk Atoll is 140 miles long and 33 miles in diameter, creating a massive lagoon that is home to 5 major islands and dozens of smaller ones. This island formation provides a very large and very secure harbor area. And the Japanese Navy...
Wooden shipbuilding is interesting. I'm not going to get into it, because I got too much other stuff. But it definitely is an interesting
that they maintained during the Second World War.
hobby to get into. Like that stuff that Bart's about to start doing.
It had 2 ship anchorage areas, 3 or 4 airfields, machine shops, you name it.
I just can't wait to hear him cussing about something on there.
3 of Truk's islands, Moen, Param, and Eden, contain airfields with runways, hangars, and fuel storage facilities. The main island, Dublon, is home to headquarters and communications buildings. To protect protect these extensive assets, the atoll is bristling with anti-aircraft batteries. Based around weapons like the dual-mounted Type 89 127mm gun. A fearsome aircraft menace, it delivers a 5-inch, 50-pound projectile and can pick off aircraft at altitudes up to 25,000 feet.
I'm glad we're getting somewhere on this finally.
Rarely operate above 20,000 feet. Truck's anti-aircraft batteries are on most of the main islands.
Nice if I can have it ready to paint the next stream.
Tunnels burrowed into hillsides. USS Enterprise fighters and bombers will soon face those
Be real nice.
Enterprise and her massive task force are on a mission. Target, Truck Atoll. Objective, USS Enterprise aircraft will destroy enemy ships at anchor, crater airfields, and explode parked enemy bombers. Strategy, Enterprise fighter planes will gain air superiority, while dive bombers sink enemy ships, and torpedo bombers decimate airfields with contact bombs. The U.S. Navy must neutralize Truck as a bomber base. The Americans have begun an island-hopping campaign to reach Japan, and bombers from Truck can disrupt the strategy.
The faster we can shoot Japanese air forces in these regions, the quicker that we can move on, hop to the next island chain, and get closer to the home islands.
But the Japanese,
Yeah, it won't be on this stream. Exactly, Viry. Oh yeah, I still got a long ways to go. We might even still be assembling it on the next time I work on it. I don't know.
Intimidating prospect for many men on Enterprise.
It's difficult to convey the sort of sinister air.
Depends. It depends. It depends.
Half of the war. Partly that was due to the fact that so little was known about it. The Japanese had occupied Truck for years and years. They had never let any Allied naval observers.
But yeah, this is going to be the first thing that I paint fully with those paints.
Central Pacific Rock of Gibraltar, if you will.
The fortified promontory at Gibraltar, of course, is an icon for invincibility.
Alright, there is one side.
Iowan James Ramage
Let's go to the other side.
recalls when he first
I think there's more that's got to go on this side. Yeah, there's a shit ton more.
he and fellow pilots were conducting their daily workout.
I can remember we were pushing a medicine ball around the flight deck one day, and Air Group Commander came around and he said, "We're going to Truck." And all I could say is, wow, because that was their stronghold, and it was kind of a bogeyman.
February 16th, 1944. 6:45 a.m. Morning of the attack. 12 Hellcat fighters launch from aircraft carrier USS Enterprise. The fighters join up with 60 additional Hellcats from other nearby carriers, and the combined force of 72 planes.
Going on, but yeah, I'll paint it on stream. Don't worry.
Hellcat's mission: gain air superiority. Take out any Japanese Zeros that come up from Truck to meet them. 90 miles southwest. 7:15 a.m. More than 50 enemy fighters.
Do not worry, sir. I will paint it on stream.
Their mission:
So you don't start crying on me.
American fighter planes. The Zero is more maneuverable and has a longer range than the Hellcat. But the American fighter is faster, has better armor and better armament. And most important of all, American pilots are far better trained than their Japanese counterparts by this point in the war. Soon, when enemy meets enemy over
Yuck, I wanted to see it. Why'd you do it off stream?
it's a frantic, murderous aerial clash.
There was all kinds of crazy air combat going on. It must have looked like fly soup up there. And about every 30 seconds or so, you could see a Japanese Zero on fire, steaming straight for the water.
But in the maelstrom of zinging lead from both Zeros in the air and anti-aircraft batteries on the ground, 4 American Hellcats also tumble from the sky. This is no cakewalk for the Americans. In the frenetic maneuvering, each pilot constantly struggles to maintain orientation and separate friend from foe.
You know, you're not only concerned about your own aircraft, but you're trying to keep track of all your wingmen, and then you're trying to track where the bogeys are. You're trying to take into consideration all the visual factors that are out there. You have the sun.
Come on, Duck.
You have all these bad guy planes. You have all these good guy planes, and you need to make sure that you most effectively prosecute them.
And of course, these aerial shootouts are all by ice.
Oh shit, you put that on upside down, Duck, you retard.
Advantages of radar, heads-up displays, or electronic locking on target. They have no high-tech help at all.
There you go. Now it's on the right way. Damn, Viry, let me put that shit on upside down. Doing that a lot, Viry. Let me put parts on backwards and upside down.
Just as he crosses over Truck's outer reef. His plane is part of a section of 4 Hellcats from Enterprise. Gordon already has 3 kills at this point in the war. His first 2 came in October 1942, when he downed 2 Japanese Kate torpedo bombers in the Battle of Santa Cruz. His third came just 2 weeks ago in an early morning attack on Taroa in the Marshall Islands.
I saw through the clouds in an airfield, and then on top of the clouds, 5,000.
Yeah, no, I know. Like I said, from the testing I've done on them so far, I don't see any issues with them.
2 more kills, and Flash can lay claim to the coveted designation of Ace. He is hoping today is his day, and the opportunity is, at present, directly in front of him. 2 miles ahead, and 45 degrees above Don Gordon and his section. 4-0 making an attack run on the Americans. It's 4 on 4. Gordon spots the enemy Zeros first and goes for his guns.
Zero's 12 o'clock and pulled up my nose, and I got the leader. And the section leader got 1, my wingman got 1, but number 4, he wasn't lined up for the 4th guy.
La la la.
Don Gordon has his 4th kill. He's only got 1 more to go.
For certain instances, they have their uses.
Air jousting over Truck Atoll continues.
For general painting, I don't recommend them, but for certain things,
Japanese plane bails
they
out.
have their uses.
The pilot's clothes are on fire. He burns to death swinging beneath his parachute on the way down to the water. In roughly an hour from the start of the explosive action over Truck, the combat in the sky diminishes to occasional flashes. Straggling Zeros making futile last jabs at the American squadrons.
Our 72 planes took command of the air, and as far as we were concerned, the only fighters that were left were strays.
Not a moment too soon. 10 miles northeast. A squadron of 12 torpedo bombers from Enterprise meets another from USS Yorktown, the new carrier named for Enterprise's sister ship, lost at Midway. They are just finishing their 90-mile flight from the American task force and are starting to reach the edge of Truck's barrier reef. The American torpedo bomber aircraft are Grumman TBF Avengers, the state of the art. 1700 horsepower engine. The Avenger is armed with 3 50 caliber machine guns and 1 30 caliber machine gun. It can carry
Hey, we actually found that one somehow.
2 1,000-pound bombs, 4 500-pound bombs, or 12 100-pound bombs. Avenger air crews select the type of bombs they'll deliver based on mission. Torpedoes for striking ships beneath the surface of the water. 1,000-pound contact bombs, bombs that explode on contact with the target, for attacking the decks of the biggest ships. 500-pound contact bombs, for attacking ships or exploding buildings on the ground. 100-pound contact bombs, for smaller vessels, smaller buildings, or for cratering airstrips so the enemy cannot launch or land planes. Delay fuse bombs for very low-level bombing raids, which allow the bombers to clear the target area before detonation.
No, it's not really off camera.
Does not get caught in the blast.
Maybe I don't want you to see. It's one of those secret things. Maybe I don't want you to see what I'm doing. You think of that? Huh? Huh? Huh?
Is a radio man and bombardier in a TBF Avenger.
Did you ever think of that, sir? Maybe I don't want you to see what I'm doing.
Bombs at a time being selected on your little panel. You know, the pilot would tell you how you want them dropped.
The bomb panel has 12 toggle switches. The bombardier configures the switches to determine the number and pattern of bombs released. But the pilot himself actually triggers the release with a switch.
Ain't nobody give a damn about NATO. The hell with NATO.
The mission today is
NATO's a bunch of countries that can't defend themselves. They have to depend on the U.S. to pay for it. That's what NATO is.
explosive weapons. 6 100-pound fragmentation bombs and 6 100-pound incendiary bombs. Fragmentation bombs contain shrapnel. Incendiary bombs contain multiple bomblets filled with flammable material. The case opens at altitude, releasing the bomblets, which ignite on impact. But before the Avengers can drop their payloads, they have to make it to their various targets.
Goes in this hole. Before I glue this on, what the hell goes in this?
Airfields on the major islands of Eaton, Moan, and Param. 6 miles inside Truck's barrier reef. It's a challenge, because the moment the Avengers begin crossing...
Yeah, there's always 1 or 2 spots you gotta go and fix. You're like, damn, I thought I had that right. And then, yeah, there's always one scribing.
Start exploding up
It's always 1 or 2 spots. It ain't no biggie. You just go in and fix them up.
These guys are trying to get to their target with all the flak exploding around them and maybe taking a little piece out of their wing here and there. You know, there's nothing you can do to defend yourself.
Just go back and fix them up.
Formation, so you're not going to be doing massive unplanned jinking maneuvers because you're going to run into your fellow pilots. So you just fly on through it and hope for the best.
The torpedo squadrons doggedly press forward to their various objectives.
Way to go. Way to go, Viry.
Watts' aircraft is part of a 3-plane formation headed for the airfield on Eden Island. Amid intense anti-aircraft fire from both land batteries and ships in the harbor, Watts' formation, led by Lieutenant Russell Kippen, scatters its bombs. The explosions crater runways and demolish workshops and hangar buildings. In the confusion of the moment, Lieutenant Kippen mistakenly chooses a dangerous route to exit the harbor.
Instead of taking a clear route out, what their lead pilot did is he actually took them between a row of 2 transport ships. And what happened then is both those ships started firing on him on either side.
Looking upward from the bombardier well of his Avenger, Watts can see tracer rounds passing in both directions over the top of his airplane.
Here we go.
Tracer rounds are magnesium-coated bullets.
Like I said, this is starting to look like a military vehicle, finally.
Show gunners the paths of their bullets so they can adjust
Gonna be painted in a lovely shade of dark gray.
Luckily, we're going at pretty high speed, and so in a few seconds, you're out of there.
As the three planes head out to sea, 10 dive bombers are USS Enterprise to attack the ships in the harbor. They're hoping to get a crack at the carriers and battleships. But for these pilots, there's some initial disappointment. It's immediately obvious that the Japanese have anticipated this attack. Most of their combat vessels, the large battleships, aircraft carriers, and cruisers are absent.
The Japanese had gotten a sense that bad things might be in store for Truk in the relatively near future, and so in the middle of
Hey, let's see what else this has got to do. This damn
units and move them back.
rainy and cold. Well, it rains what? It rains a little bit out there in the desert, don't it? Obviously.
Their biggest vessels have safely steamed 1,200 miles away.
It's a good day to stay inside and build models then.
Still remain. Mostly support ships.
Every day, it don't matter what the weather is, every day is a good day to stay inside and build models.
Ships are also present. 3 cruisers, fleet auxiliaries, and at least 8 destroyers. Losing such a vast collection of shipping could devastate enemy operations in the Central Pacific.
Well, I mean, you do live in a desert, Doomer. Certainly not going to rain much.
James Ramage among them. Quickly select their targets based on size and proximity.
I picked the biggest one, freighter.
With anti-aircraft fire coming at them from all directions.
I wouldn't expect it to rain much.
Streaking through the harbor area, spraying lead. The pilots nose their planes over into a 70-degree dive angle.
Our attack was pretty canned. It was a vertical dive from about 10 to 12,000 with a release at 2,000 and out by 300 to 500 feet.
As the dive bombers nosed over and then streaked down toward their target, they dove in alongside Dublin Island, which had heights up to 1,000 feet. And so, as they approached the ships that they were about to bomb,
Right, that's the
right
whole thing that makes it a desert is, you know, not a lot of rain.
mounted on top of Dublin Island that would fire on them from the same altitude.
Just saying, I mean, I could be wrong there, but isn't that what makes it a desert?
Successfully passed through the gauntlet of anti-aircraft fire. Hurtling earthward, they released their 1,000-pound contact bombs. Bombs large enough to damage a battleship and designed to explode on contact with the targets. No need for delayed fuses here. The bombers will pull out high enough and soon enough that the
It's like Viry. His country has terrible food. That's what makes it Portugal. Is part of what makes it Portugal is the terrible food.
multiple vessels and trucks' primary anchorage between Dublin and Eaton Islands explode with stunning violence.
I can remember looking over to the port side and I saw a ship go up. It looked like the A-bomb later on. I mean, tremendous.
I wish what? I don't wish anything except like my life would end. That's about the only thing I wish.
His attention immediately shifts to seeking other targets. He may have dropped his only bomb, but he still has bullets,
Come on.
so he's not going anywhere.
As we came out, there were 2 Japanese patrol craft, probably about 90 feet. So the other 2 twin 50s.
Come on, Doug.
And we shot up the 2 patrol craft.
The half-inch diameter 50 caliber bullets perforate the hulls of the patrol craft and explode stored
This is probably one of the most complicated suspension systems ever put on a tank. Is this right here?
enemy vessels as the U.S. bombers climb
is this early Panzer III suspension.
Enterprise and the waiting task force.
Again, Doomer, this is where I have to wait for these two parts I just put on to dry before I can put the other linkages on. Kind of have to wait for these to set in place to get everything else lined up. You were saying earlier, where do you have to wait for parts? Yeah. This is one situation right here with these two parts I just put on. There's some other linkages that go on, but I can't really put those on until these are set.
And when evening darkness finally brings a pause in the action, the Big E has broken its record for tonnage of bombs dropped in a single day. More than 900 tons.
Well, it's going to be, if I don't wait, it's going to be a whole lot harder to line up those other parts if I don't wait.
The truck so far hasn't lived up to the intimidating pre-battle speculation. But the danger is far from over. And late in the evening, as some men aboard Enterprise eat, some sleep, and others prepare to watch, the Japanese unleash a nasty surprise. Bogies. Unidentified incoming aircraft start appearing on the ship's radar scope. As the bogies near the carrier force, their identity is quickly discerned. They're Japanese twin-engine Betty bombers, and they're closing in for a retaliatory night strike on the American ships.
Hilla, you still lurking out there? You still here? You fall asleep on us.
Mission for the Japanese Betties. The U.S. carriers and their escort ships are blacked out. All exterior lights are extinguished, precisely so enemy bombers.
Hey guys, look, take a look in Discord. Killa got some nice, colorful stuff done on his E2.
Press forward doggedly.
Uh-oh.
Here, the U.S. task force
Maybe he's pregnant from that date he had. He's eating for two.
open up with their guns. The carriers themselves, like Enterprise.
Oh wait, that's the youngest one you're talking about, right? You're talking, never mind. It wasn't the youngest one that went on the date. It was the other one, the older one.
Stay blacked out because they didn't want to give away their position.
Yeah. Wrong kid. Never mind.
On the deck would do, they'd wheel it around and orient it to where the bogey was coming from. But they couldn't open up on the bogies because they didn't want to give away their position.
The guns of the warships on the outskirts of the task force chase away the bombers initially.
Oh, that's good. He's eating again. That means you're eating again also, huh?
But the Betties are persistent. Just after midnight, men on the deck of Enterprise see an indication of enemy success.
Off in the distance, a white flash came over the horizon. And come to find out, it was the USS Intrepid that actually did take a torpedo.
One of the Betty bombers wiggles through the task force defenses and strikes the fellow carrier. It's a costly blow.
11 men that night died, 17 more were wounded.
Didn't know how long I've been streaming. I don't even remember what time I started streaming. It was just like, I was just like, alright, I'm about to work. I was about to start working on this, and I was like, hey, you know what? I ought to do it on stream. I don't even know what time it was. Like 15 something when I started, I think.
Herself is still safe, and she has not had need to fire her guns and give away her position. But now, it's the Americans' turn to deliver a little.
Earlier, I was like, do I want to start early? No. Originally, I wasn't going to start early.
In late 1943,
I was going to wait till my normal time to start. I don't even know what happened.
USS Enterprise got some new technology. Airborne radar. American admirals wanted some of their aircraft carriers to be able to fight at night.
I don't even know what happened. I just started. I don't need to know what happened, right?
Wing-mounted radar antennas and an internal scope for the radio man bombardier in the well of the plane.
Yeah, Doomer. See, now that these are in place, now these two aren't. I can start putting the other linkages, Doomer. Yeah, I know how long I've been streaming for. I just don't even know what time it is right now.
It wasn't too great.
It don't matter, Annie. Just saying. I'm just saying.
You had to move the antenna back and forth. And it didn't do it automatically like present radars. So in order to position the scan on your tube, you had to move these antennas.
Today's aircraft, by contrast, you have computer assist dials and multifunction interface screens to control your radar search area.
Despite the rudimentary state of the art of this new nighttime search system, for the first time, a naval bomber.
Now we gotta do this 4 times.
And locate enemy targets.
Everything on this is 4 or 8 times.
Hitting those targets using radar is another matter, and many experienced pilots have their doubts.
This is really one of the most complex suspensions ever put on a tank.
Squadron aboard Enterprise adamantly believes it's possible. Lieutenant Commander Bill Martin, a 6-year naval aviation veteran, has faith that radar will allow his air crews to deliver some nocturnal hell to the enemy. Weeks prior to the action at Truck, during stopovers...
Oh, you should have paid attention to the directions, Duck, because now you can't get these in.
Navigation and bombing practice with the new radar systems.
Way to go, Duck.
Operate proficiently at night. When planning for the Truck offensive began, Martin urged that a night raid be part of it. Now, at 2 a.m. on February 17th, 1944, day 2 of the assault on Truck.
Alright, we'll just cut the damn peg off.
From the Enterprise flight deck. They are setting out on the first nighttime American carrier bomber attack of the Pacific War. Ironically, the officer primarily responsible for the remarkable event is not with them. In a freak accident 2 weeks ago, Lieutenant Commander Bill Martin slipped while exercising on one of the ship's steel decks and broke his elbow. No amount of pleading.
You still slide this in here somehow.
Anyway, so Martin must watch his 12 bombers launch, one at a time without him, and wish them well. The Avengers quickly form into a tight squadron and begin the 90-mile journey to Truck Atoll. After roughly an hour's flight, the last several miles at an altitude of 500 feet to skirt below Japanese radar, the bombers come within range of Truck's
Maybe.
They're vulnerable at only 500 feet of altitude, but they believe the danger is mitigated because they should be invisible to anti-aircraft gunners in the blackness. They get a surprise.
Hey, we got it.
One of the planes starts taking all this fire, and they can't figure out why am I taking all this fire? It's at night. They're not supposed to see me. They can't see me. What's going on? And then he looked down, and he realized.
Yeah, this was the again one of the this was the prototype. This is